2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Compensating for the absence of a key player can be difficult, but they've got to hold strong.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Marjanovic, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Morris in at the 4. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. George passes to Zubac. Outside Leonard, wide open. Unable to get that one. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Oh, Morris in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here we go, one-on-one. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. The shot will not fall. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And Doncic was part of a draft day trade that so far seems to have worked out pretty well for both teams.
That's exactly right. Doncic, Greg, was selected by Atlanta with the 3rd pick. He was then quickly shipped to Dallas for the 5th overall pick, which turned into Trae Young, plus a future pick. Neither of these young men wasted any time putting their stamp on the NBA. I do think their futures will always be discussed in connection with the other.
Here's Jackson after Luka Doncic's bucket. Leonard finds Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, Kawhi Leonard's passing skills have developed over the years, and if you give him that much attention, he'll find his teammates.
Pass to Richardson. Back to Doncic for the 3. It's hauled in by George.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Oh, Leonard in position.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Doncic right side. And he makes good on the layup. Doncic has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
The pass to Leonard. Nice move. And the layup is good. Leonard's got 6 points.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
1:32 left in the first quarter. Now Doncic from 8. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic, and a pretty pass right there.
Now here's Jackson. Leonard kicks to Jackson. To the middle, and there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw this game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Here's Brunson, following the basket by DeMarcus Cousins. Rondo against Brunson. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. Outside Leonard. Over Hardaway. Leonard, no luck.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Foul, that's good.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring, and Tim Hardaway says, you know what, my teammate's open, I'm going to get him the ball.
Rondo passes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brunson kicks to Hardaway. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
We've got Luke Kennard. He's out there with Patrick Beverly. And it's Oturu in at the 5 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Now here's Redick. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. High post Cousins. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Deep low post position. If DeMarcus Cousins has it, turn the lights out.
Mavericks trail by 7. And here's Redick. Dishes to Hardaway. Back to Redick. Dallas moving it around. Now here's Hardaway. Tight defense on him. Rebound by the Clippers. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Cauley-Stein goes in. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Mann, guarded by Hardaway. Here's Cousins. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 5. Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
Nice work inside by Cauley-Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Kennard. Count it, good. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it. Outside,
Redick. Back to Brunson. And stolen by Cousins. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Here's Mann. Kicks it to Cousins. Charity stripe shot. That one, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Redick dishes to Hardaway. Back to Redick. Passes it to Hardaway. 4 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are three names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Carl had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. Richardson comes in for Burke. Now here's Jackson. Zubac finds Jackson. And the Clippers miss again.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Doncic against Jackson. And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking. Porzingis with the block.
You know, when you drive the lane, you have to know where Porzingis is, because with his reach, he can sneak up and send that shot away anytime.
Doncic with it. George picks him up. Finney-Smith. And it's good off the back rim and in. LA has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Jackson passes to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And the Clippers lead by 3.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
Now here's Porzingis. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 5 to shoot. Doncic against George. Doncic, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And Morris throws it down.
Well, at 6'9" with good athleticism, dunking not a problem for Mr. Morris. Give him some space.
He beat the buzzer!
Still.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end. And
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. Here's George. Outside Jackson. Pass to George. The shot, no good. Good work defensive. For the lead. Porzingis inside. Jackson on him. So they take the lead. Richardson's got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
How about the vision from the young Latvian Porzingis, showing he really can read the floor and capitalize.
Richardson against George. Zubac kicks to George. That one a little long. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And Too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Morris. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for George. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Burke, he's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. And the Mavericks making a change here. Redick is checked in. And Los Angeles guys shooting well. They're at 45%. Pass to Zubac. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Brunson with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. Yep, that one goes in there. Marjanovic has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And the pass to Kennard. George looking around. Here's Cousins. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins not a tremendous leaper. So what do? You go to your up-fake game and catch that defense off balance.
Porzingis is checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Passes it to Porzingis from deep. Paul George grabs the miss.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Good on the bucket. Kennard's got his second bucket.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Now here's Burke. Kennard covering. Stolen by Zubac. Man passes to Cousins. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now a 6-point Clipper lead.
I'll tell you this, if DeMarcus Cousins is on my team, I'm trying to give him an opportunity to finish near the rim every time up the floor.
And the call. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
For Los Angeles, they haven't yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Dallas making a switch here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for J.J. Redick. Richardson, he's checked in for Trey Burke. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Doncic against George. Finney-Smith controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
How about the anticipation and the timing there? He is all over it.
Doncic against Rondo. Chalk up 2 there. Rondo's got his first points of the game.
And how about the concentration there by Rondo? Always got the antenna up when he's near the basket.
Now Doncic, and so it's Los Angeles with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Rajon Rondo. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Patrick Patterson. And there's Jackson, and it's Batum in at the 5. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 6. Finney Smith passes to Powell. That one's not going to go. Great D that time from Leonard. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Looking to end his cold spell, and Doncic throws it down.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
Well, sometimes it's about taking it into your own hands. That kind of individual play could spark his groove.
Here's Leonard. Banked in off the glass. Leonard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Doncic, and he lays it straight in. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
Just another way, Luka Doncic is such a tough cover. This guy's knack for getting into the painted area and converting both easy shots and contested shots.
Now here's Cauley Stein. Finney Smith passes to Cauley Stein. Off on the layup. And Willie Cauley Stein gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Morris is checked in for Patterson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. Then for the Mavericks, Zinkis, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Mavericks trail by 6. Richardson the pass to Porzingis. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Guys, how about that body control from Porzingis? You think it's easy at 7'3" to gut your way through that kind of contact? That's nice.
And the Clippers making a change here. Zubac is checked in. Clippers leading by 3. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Unloads from 13. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so they foul intentionally. George is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Rajon Rondo. And here is Doncic. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th quarter. The Clippers have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's George. On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Powell. Leonard against Hardaway. Leonard the pass to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
My goodness. Guys, you talk about embracing the moment, burying a key shot. Go ahead, Mr. Morris. We see you doing work.
1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Doncic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Doncic has got 6 in the quarter.
He has been taking and making big shots for a long time. Look at Doncic with the delivery.
Hardaway against Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Now Leonard. Headed by Hardaway. Porzingis with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. Dallas making a switch here. Marjanovic is checked in. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And the Clippers lead by 5.
Let's remember this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Doncic against George. Takes a shot at the elbow. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on George. Los Angeles calls timeout. They're ahead by 5. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Kennard, he's checked in for Reggie Jackson. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He challenged his players to try to take control here. He said, this is when we want to be efficient. This is when we absolutely have to execute. We'll see if they can get it done, Kevin.
Here's George. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Leonard looking over the floor. Clock at 6. The Mavericks pull it in. Here's Doncic.
Doncic relishes the opportunity to deliver in big moments, and my goodness, embrace the spotlight, young man.
Outside Leonard. Oh, missed it.
Had a foul to give there, but
The coach's challenge has been issued. Close game like this, down to the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And stolen by Cousins. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball. And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. And thanks for tuning in to the NBA and the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the 4. And for the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon out there with JaVale McGee. Then it's Michael Porter. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Jokic in at center. Now here's Jackson. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention. Greg, in terms of personnel, not exactly the matchups we were expecting to see tonight.
You know, Kev, with all the injuries and some guys now having to step into unfamiliar roles, in some ways that makes tonight all the more intriguing to see which guys are going to step up and deliver.
Here's Jokic over Jackson and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Jackson with the bounce pass. Leonard inside. He's against Gordon. Here's Zubac. Good defense by Jokic.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
And easy to understand why many believe Porter is the complete package. Skilled at making the correct pass.
Here's George. Following the basket by JaVale McGee.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
Here is Porter after the basket by Los Angeles. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Clippers.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Los Angeles shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Jackson against Morris. Dishes it to McGee. Morris against Jackson. Jokic inside.
Yeah, that's not a chance that Jokic is going to mess up. He's too good around the rim.
Clippers have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far.
You dig down deep at some of the numbers. Jokic is a much better defender than what he gets credit for. I think we always think about athleticism around rim protection, but sometimes it's just about size and smarts, and he has that.
And here we go. Leonard against Gordon. McGee's shot is off.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
And Jokic likes physical play. Greg, he embraces the contact.
Well, you look at his physique, and I think he can absorb a lot of what it is that comes his way. But he's comfortable wrestling. He's got brothers. He knows what that's like. And he also loves to mess around with those press conference microphones, as we see.
Up top, Morris. Guarded by Jackson. Morris passes to Jokic. Count it. Jokic has got 6 points.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Leonard attacking. It's hauled in by Gordon. It's deflected. Stolen by Zubac. Takes it out to Leonard. Takes the 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
Porter passes to Gordon. Denver passing it around. Now Jokic, 6 points for him, and he makes that one. He's got 8.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
George looking over the floor. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. 44 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Morris against Jackson. Morris passes to Jokic. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
How about 5 straight made from the field to start?
Jackson dishes to Leonard. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Oturu, the pass to Leonard. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Jokic using all 7 feet there. Good effort by the center.
4 seconds left. Can't capitalize inside. That shot missing. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers lead by 1. And
I want all the bags, I want all the bags.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack. As soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Patrick Patterson is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the 3 spot. You know, you grew up with aspirations of someday getting into politics. Any current players who you could see maybe taking that same route?
No doubt. There's several guys in today's game. Harrison Barnes has the polish, and I know he's had some thoughts that maybe going in that direction. Teammates nicknamed Malcolm Brogdon the president for his stately demeanor and commitment to affecting change. I absolutely see him trying to have an impact socially moving forward. There's several guys, again, who not only have the voice, but the courage to speak out about things that matter most to them.
Many sharp guys in the NBA. Rivers with it. There's the pass to Millsap. Back to Rivers. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Cousins. Passes it to Kennard. Fires the 3. Denver grabs the miss. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Aaron Gordon, he's chipped. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
To the inside, Millsap, and foul on the shot. So, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Rivers passes to Gordon. Kicks it to Green. Back to Gordon. Pass to Harrison. 5 on the clock. Gordon, the pass to Harrison. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Clippers leading by 6. Kennard finds Patterson. Here's Mann. His three-pointers off the mark. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Denver. Here's Harrison, defended by Beverly. Rivers passes to Millsap. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Aaron Gordon. Porter comes in for Rivers. And Monte Morris subbed in for Shaquille Harrison. To the paint, stolen by George. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Outside George. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Porter. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
And at 7-2, Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Back to George. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet. You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Here's what Denver's going with right now. Jokic, he's checked in for Bol. JaVale McGee comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Green. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. It's his first trip to the line. That's good from McGee. That one falls, so he hits both of them. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Rondo. The dish to Leonard. Over Gordon. And that one is good from Zubac.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Morris outside. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Zubac. And the shot is long. And so it's Los Angeles with their leads.
Kevin, thanks so much.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They didn't get more than a one-possession. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
JaVale McGee is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Morris in at the 1. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. 5 to shoot. Kept alive. Jokic. And there's the pass to McGee. Bounce pass Gordon. They shoot again. McGee's shot is off.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
No, I wouldn't test Gordon. With that vertical and length, please try someone else.
Jokic high post. He's got 10.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Gordon against Leonard. Gordon kicks to Morris. The Nuggets with another miss.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Morris against Jackson. Right wing. Jokic passes to Porter. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And Michael Porter Jr. being drafted was a bit of a high risk, high reward due to the fact that physically he needed to come a long way to be consistent in the NBA. And we may be seeing signs that it's going to pay off with huge dividends.
For the Nuggets, Green is checked in for JaVale McGee. Millsap comes in for Aaron Gordon, and it's Austin Rivers in for Monte Morris. Beverly, the pass to Kennard. Back to Beverly. All sorts of time. Rebound by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound in this one. Millsap kicks to Green. From 7, here's Jokic. Green breaking loose. Jokic, no good.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
A shot by Batum, no good. The Nuggets trail by 8. And finished off by Porter.
And Porter has such great athleticism, able to get up and throw it down.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. And here's Beverly. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. This is a 2-0-2 route. Stolen by Rivers. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Porter's running. And an intentional foul right there. A different look for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for Jokic. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Porter. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Los Angeles leading by 6. Patterson finds Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Pass to Zubac. Count that bucket. Zubac has got his 2nd basket of the game.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Rivers passes to Millsap. Out to the wing. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. We've got 1:08 left in the 3rd quarter of the game. On the wing, Green. Patterson defending.
And the defense has really locked down on them in this half. They need to start working to get some higher percentage shots.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup. We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Here's Beverly. No points in the game yet for him. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. They kick it out to Green. Now Bowl. Shot clock at 6. Rivers gets a wide open look. No good off the back of the rim. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, the two stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Rajon Rondo is out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Zubac in at the 5, down low. Jackson misses. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Millsap, back to Harrison. Denver passing it around. And McGee kicks to Harrison. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. The shot by Harrison, no good. And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. And it's put back up and in by Rondo.
Pretty smart in that situation as Rondo was scanning the floor and then with the ball makes the right call.
In the corner, it's Gordon. From outside, off the mark. Los Angeles leading by 8. And foul call. Looks like they had a clear path to the basket. He'll be shooting 2 free throws. And they'll retain possession. First one falls for him.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Jokic has checked in for Denver. Rivers comes in for Monte Morris. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for Zubac. Here's Jokic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And Jokic, even though we look at his body and you don't think he plays physically, he can do that.
2 shots. And he sinks the second.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Rondo with the ball. Pass to Leonard. Rondo kicks to Leonard. Shoots over McGee. No good off the front iron.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for them.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
McGee. Oturu with the rebound. And the call up against Jokic. That's his first foul. Clippers leading by 9. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. George finds Zubac. Back to George. Over Gordon. Zubac. It's good on the putback. Zubac has got the lead up to 11 now for the Clippers.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rivers passes to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game. Because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Up top, Leonard. High post, Zubats. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation for the Nuggets. Michael Porter comes in for Rivers. And Monte Morris subbed in for Harrison. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rondo's checked in. On the wing, Gordon. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. And it's Jokic missing. Clippers leading by 9. And George kicks to Zubats. Outside Rondo. Morris against George. The pass to Leonard. There's the triple. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Bowles checked in. DeMarcus Cousins. He's checked in for the Clippers. Outside Leonard. 56 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Yep, it counts.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Los Angeles.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And stolen by Cousins. And now the fast break, Rondo with the ball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Jokic. So the first one drops, and that'll push the lead to double digits. So he gets them both.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
And it's the Nuggets ball. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jokic inside. Second chance shot. That one misses. Rondo against Morris. Rondo gets the bucket.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
And a deep three from George. Good.
Making every effort.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Now it's ended.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. Cole is out there with Jokic. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Porter in at the 2 guard. And for the Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Richardson, good.
Boy, Richardson has a sneaky mid-range game, folks. Keeps the defense off balance.
Morris passes to Bull. Porter in the corner. Bull kicks to Millsap. Jokic against Porzingis. 4 on the shot clock. Porter. And no good that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. And here is Doncic. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Doncic with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Here's Marjanovic. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor. Not the start they were looking for here.
The drive by Jokic.
Jokic has such a feel for when to attack. And when he's moving like this, it's basically all she wrote for the defense.
To the left side wing. 18 feet out, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now, here's Jokic. Back to Morris. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic passes to Bull. Lets it go from the wing. A second chance effort. Back to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. Tries yet again. The Mavericks pull it in. Now here's Marjanovic. Off target from outside. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Porter's running and stolen by Richardson. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Now, here's Jokic. 1:44 left to play here in the first. One-on-one here. Nice move. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
Here's Porter. Pops in the layup for 2.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now, here's Doncic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Good on the triple.
Guys, Doncic has great shooting mechanics, and he can knock it down from deep or just about from anywhere on the court.
Down low, here's Millsap. Back to Morris. To the inside. The kick out to Porter. Passes it to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Nice open look, but it's no good. Mavericks leading by 5. The wide open look here for Porzingis. No good with the triple. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. Millsap passes to Jokic. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop Jokic. I mean, this guy is a master at converting through tough defense.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Doncic left side. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Here's Porter. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The towering presence that is Ball. Good at staying active and going after those offensive rebounds.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. The Mavericks on top. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
They've got Dwight Powell. J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson.
Oh, watch out below. Come on now, throw it down.
Greg, I know you've played for some great coaches in your day. What is it that separates the truly elite coaches, in your opinion, from just coaches that are pretty good?
I think the one attribute that's most important for a great coach is consistency. And I've said this, you can coach a lot of different ways, you can win a lot of different ways, but you've got to be sincere and true to your principles and your philosophy. And those are the coaches, and I've had them that have done it different ways, but they've been the most successful. And listen, you've also at the professional level, you've got to have a presence about you. You got to have some charisma out there as well to get these men to buy in.
Outside Hardaway. Inside. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Here's Gordon. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And no doubt last season was a bit of a step backwards for Aaron Gordon. After that breakout 2019 season, his numbers just didn't hold up.
And, you know, Greg, the issue was his shooting. You know, Gordon had a tough time from distance, especially from three-point range. Some of that is maybe mechanics, but also shot selection a part of it. And I also thought he was a little more passive with the ball, maybe a little more indecisive. But, again, he's a young player, really young player, so I'm thinking it was probably just an off year for him, and he'll bounce back in good fashion.
Shot clock at 5. Another shot. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
He's really accomplished on the offensive end. J.J. Redick consistently keeps moving and puts pressure on the defense.
Pass to Gordon. And it's Gordon with the finish.
Hey, listen, Gordon once jumped over a mascot while putting the ball under his legs in a dunk contest. I mean, he's one of the most ridiculous athletes and dunkers we have in the game.
Redick for 3. It doesn't go for him. Now Denver takes it the other way. Here's Harrison. The pass to Gordon. From downtown, with the tip, it's good on the putback. Haji's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Redick for 3. It's rebounded by Najee.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backdoor.
It's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Outside, Redick. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Redick can't get that one to fall.
it has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Here's Powell, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
The length and mobility of Powell is really impressive. He's a solid big guy who I think continues just to get better at both ends.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Zinkus, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for Jalen Brunson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Redick. McGee bounce pass. Green passes to Jokic. Let's go. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Jokic has got 6 points.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And McGee kicks to Green. Back to McGee. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Outside Millsap. From deep, Green. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Richardson. Almost, but it rolls out.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Count the basket. And the Nuggets lead by 9.
I think his unselfish attitude is really a big part of what makes Millsap a leader on the court, and the ability to make some dynamic passes doesn't hurt either.
Here's Doncic. Offensive rebound.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Doesn't go for him. And we've reached halftime in this one. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to a pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were always within striking distance. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Second half underway. Here's who Mike Malone's got on the floor. They've got Nikola Jokic. Always out there with Paul Millsap. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's Morris in at the 1 spot. Jokic against Porzingis. And here's Doncic from the arc. And it's Denver with the rebound. And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Here's Bull. Porter dishes to Morris. Pass to Jokic. Wants to get it to Morris and does. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Mavericks trail by 7.
And guys, if there's an X factor for this Nuggets team moving forward, it might be the young man, Michael Porter Jr. Talk about his potential. It could be as high as anybody on that roster.
Yeah, I concur with you there, Greg. I mean, you look at this kid, he's got a great shooting touch and really good scoring instincts that you don't see very often. Extremely gifted. They brought him along slowly, which is the wise thing to do. And if he can come on and realize his potential, he could take him to another level for sure.
Jokic with the bucket.
Well, one of the very best big men at handling the ball. Jokic's moves and creativity really set him apart as a big guy.
Morris against Doncic. Fires for 3. And Bull pulls it down. Bull's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Morris passes to Millsap. To the right side. Jokic against Porzingis. Offensive rebound. This is the Bull. Tries again. The putback. Jokic on the follow. Jokic has got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
It's good.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
The Nuggets leading by 6. Porzingis comes with the double team. Jokic kicks to Porter. Back to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. No good on the triple. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Once Porzingis gets some momentum, just get out of the way.
Outside Porter. Morris passes to Porter. Morris kicks to Porter. Pass to Jokic. Over Hardaway. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Porter. That's 12 points for Jokic.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Over Bull. Marjanovic, no good. Nuggets have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. To the middle. Here's Jokic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Porzingis.
And drafted with the 41st pick back in 2014. How about this, Jokic, the definition of a sleeper pick. He was actually asleep when the Nuggets drafted him.
The story goes on that his brother called him up trying to congratulate him, and Nico hung up in his face. How about that? Didn't hear the news until the next morning. He certainly has a different way of going about things, but there's no denying he's got a lot of game, and it's fun to watch.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
55 seconds left to play in the third. Astonagi. He dishes it to Rivers. On the wing, Gordon. Nagy tips it back in. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way to go if you've got good position.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute them because his shot making is not happening right now.
Ring shot on the way. And it's Jokic missing. Now Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And close. In deep. Cauley Stein drops it in.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Got it off in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. Jokic firing on all cylinders for Denver. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the court for the Mavericks, they've got J.J. Redick, Jalen Brunson out there with Trey Burke, and there's Porzingis, and it's Finney Smith in at power forward.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
McGee finds Rivers. Off the left rim and out. Mavericks trail by 4. Richardson left side. Doncic against Rivers. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Well, you look at Porzingis and his size 7'3". He consistently torches defenders around the rim.
Rivers surveying the D. The dish to McGee. Knocked away. And stolen by Richardson. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it's official. They have come all the way back. At one point, this thing seemed to be out of reach.
I did not think they had enough clock to get all the way back, but here they are. And now they've got to feel like they're in control of this thing.
Harrison passes to Gordon. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Nuggets lead by 2.
The inside is where Gordon is really most comfortable and effective. Very few defenders can get to a shot given how high he gets up on it.
Doncic outside. And the layup is good. Doncic has got it all tied up now for the man.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Rivers passes to McGee. Here's Najee. Back to McGee. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
A different look for Dallas. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Doncic outside to take the lead. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
On the wing, Morris. Guarded by Doncic. Porter kicks to Millsap. Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by Hardaway.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing, but they don't want to chance that again.
Back to Porzingis. Jacks up a 3. Denver grabs the miss. Porter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Jokic. And the call on the shot. It sends him to the line.
You know, it took a little time for Jokic to understand how to draw contact and get himself to the foul line, but he's figured it out now.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Cauley-Stein finds Doncic. Gets that one through the hole, making now 7 of 13 in this game.
One of the things I love most about Luka Doncic is court recognition and awareness. This guy is so sharp and alert, understands how to play.
The putback, great positioning on the putback.
How about the big-time clutch basket from Jokic? No backup in him, despite the major pressure.
Doncic with it. 56 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. That one good for 2.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
In the corner, it's Morris. Porter passes to Jokic. Got it! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Easy to understand why they turn to Jokic in these situations. He has a knack for cashing in on big possession.
Here's Doncic. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He told them this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Porter passes to Jokic. Morris outside. Up again. Yep, it's good.
Just refusing to back down when the spotlight's brightest. Porter.
Their fans are ready, and if this shot from earlier is any indication, and they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
They're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. And for Dallas, they've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Jackson against Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Offensive rebound. And Doncic is right there.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Leonard looking around. And he lobs it up. And the dunk by Zubac. We have an awesome backcourt battle tonight, Steve. Let me ask, are we in a guard-centric league right now?
We are, Kevin. I mean, we've always had great guards, and they lead you through championships with their leadership and their play, along with the big guy. But what's happening right now, Kevin, the big man is playing like a guard. The skill level of these 7-footers to be able to shoot threes, dribble, pass. So it does seem like a guard-centric league right now because everybody can play that position.
And he's such a polished shooter. You can't give Doncic these kinds of opportunities or he's going to burn you.
Jackson passes to Leonard. Sweet move. He lays it in. Leonard's got his second basket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Now, here's Doncic. Yep, that one goes. Doncic has got 6 points. Clippers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. George dishes to Leonard. That's tipped and stolen by Richardson. The 3 for Doncic. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. George, that's a 2-pointer. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist.
And right there you see an underrated aspect to Cousins' game. Terrific instincts, senses the open man.
Doncic kicks to Richardson. Doncic against Jackson. And that one's good. Doncic. 8 points for him.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
And here we go. Richardson heading to the hoop. And finished off by Kristaps Porzingis.
And putting his long arms there to good use. Porzingis has a large catch radius on those alley-oops.
Outside Leonard passes to Zubac. Cousins with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Just 4 to shoot. Again, Los Angeles.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injuries slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Richardson against Jackson. And he converts the layup.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
40 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
George passes to Jackson. Back to George. It's rebounded by Doncic. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Clippers trail by 4. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Pass to Kennard. Puts up a 3. They get it again.
And you'd like to see more of this from Marcus. Attack that offensive glass and generate some points outside of those set plays.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Mavericks. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
Some people might feel they got some hometown calls, but when your team is pushing the action, you often get the benefit of the doubt.
J.J. Redick is out there with Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Cauley Stein in at center. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And the 3 ball is good. Redick's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs.
You have to be aware of J.J. whenever it's a pick and roll. His movement off the screen is outstanding.
Outside, Batum. Back to Beverly. Batum passes to Kennard. Mavericks with the rebound.
Come on, that's your bread and butter. You can't miss that.
Brunson scanning the floor. Shot from free throw range. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And with his vertical reach, you expect Cauley Stein to be a factor on the offensive glass.
Beverly against Brunson. Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Beverly.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
Here's Burke. That one rolling around and rims out.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Cauley Stein. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Cauley Stein's got 4 points this quarter.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
Beverly the pass to Oturu. Brunson against Beverly. The tray. Here's Mann. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That one goes in.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Pass to Hardaway. Launches a three. They get the rebound. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
Cauley-Stein, a serviceable shooter at the line. Let's see if he can make them count.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. To do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. And then for the Clippers, Cousins comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. George against Richardson. The shot by George, no good. Mavericks leading by 6. Elbow shot is on the way. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. He kicks to Leonard. That shot, no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Richardson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
We talk a lot about second-round picks coming in and making a difference. Josh Richardson is one of those guys, and he was rewarded financially for it.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Clippers trail by 10, and George, here we go. Good, and it's Cousins picking up the assist. George has got his second bucket.
So smart with the ball in his hands. George reads the floor well and takes advantage of what's there.
Now Doncic, he's got 12. Marjanovic, no good. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
Doncic feeling it out. Tries from 10. Bucket is good. And the Mavericks lead by 8. And we've finished one half of basketball. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 12 points, and the Mavericks. And that.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Paul George, DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson, And it's Zubats in at the center, locking down the middle. Doncic kicks to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Over Leonard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
And here's George. The 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Richardson gets a wide open look. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's George. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Great look, but off the mark. Clippers trail by 9. Leonard attacking. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Leonard's got 8 points.
That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
Outside, Porzingis. Kicks to Powell. Shot clock at 6. Over in the corner, Doncic. Over George. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Starting the half with 3 straight misses. Not how they envisioned this one.
Zubats. No good on that one. Nice D from Porzingis.
Very cold start to the second half. 1 for 5, looking for some continuity. They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Mavericks leading by 7. Goes up from the top of the key. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Leonard. Oh, tried to dunk it home, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Stolen by Jackson. The shot by George, wide open. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks leading by 5. Richardson the pass to Pop. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Richardson finds Powell. Back to Richardson. 6 to shoot. And he gets the bucket.
I like they're calling Richardson's number, showing confidence in his ability to make that shot.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Back to George. 1:04 left in the third. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And Los Angeles with some changes. Beverly up top, covered by Reddick. And the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
Now the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots, controls the rebound, and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Mavericks leading by 7. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Brunson against Rondo. Pulls it from 20. Brunson, no good.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
You know, Rondo takes great pleasure at slicing and dicing up the defense. One of the best passers in the game.
Redick with the 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And we've reached the end of the third. Mavericks. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. They've led by as much as 10. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. We've got Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. 5 to shoot. Mavericks leading by 5. Pass to Marjanovic. Here's Finney Smith. Richardson outside. Over in the corner, Doncic. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Clippers trail by 5. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Mavericks shooting from the field. 44%. Not bad. Pass to Porzingis. That one wide left.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job. This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
Now here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Kennard up top. And he banks in the layup.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
Doncic outside. Clock at 6. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. On the wing, Morris. Back to Beverly. Morris, left side. Doncic with the steal. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Richardson. Leonard against Doncic. To the inside. Fires the three. No good. This number 7, he's made 8 from the field. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Here's Hardaway. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. On the wing, George. We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. No good from Zubac.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Inside, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And George, here we go. Cousins dishes to Jackson. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The strength and body control of Reggie Jackson gives him an edge against physical defense, potential and one.
A different look for Dallas. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. And it's Nicolo Melli in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Doncic outside. Outside Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Cauley Stein kicks to Powell. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
It's George on the wing. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Good luck containing Paul George on the drive. He's one of the more fluid wings in the league.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. Pass to Melli. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Doncic finds Hardaway. Back to Doncic. From deep three-point range, misses there. So it's a narrow victory for the Mavericks, pulling out the W. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining. Coming up next. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get D8.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. And a look at the status here of both teams' injured players and who will not be in the lineup.
And this is where you see the depth of your team put to the test. Neither squad at full strength in this one. So I expect to see adjustments in various matchups as the first half starts to shape up.
Now let's take a look at Denver's opening lineup. They've got Austin Rivers. Ole is out there with Jokic. And it's Green and it's Porter in at the two-guard spot. And for the Clippers, they've got Paul George, He's out there with Jackson. Ivica Zubac is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Oturu in at the power forward. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Porter, no luck.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
It's easy to forget about Jackson's bunnies, but he's more than happy to remind you.
Here's Rivers after the basket by Los Angeles. Passes it to Jokic. Shot clock at 6. Back to Rivers. Porter kicks to Jokic. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. You know, the coaching staff loves seeing this kind of playmaking from Austin Rivers, the willingness to share the basketball.
Pass to Oturu. And here's George for 3. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Porter against George. Porter looking it over. Paul George with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Here's Jackson. Back to Leonard. Launches it. The shot that time not on target. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Here's Rivers. The shot no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. And Denver also making a switch. Harrison's checked in for Michael Porter. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Paul Millsap's checked in for the Nuggets. Gordon comes in for Green. And Denver has possession after the basket by Los Angeles. Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Several teams changing it up here. Kennard against Rivers. Millsap misses. Clippers leading by 5. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. To the paint. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, Austin Rivers, not just a scorer. This guy will set you up if you're open.
1:05 left to play in the first quarter. Beverly finds Kennard. Beverly feeling it out a bit. Shot clock at 5. Morris passes to Kennard. Releases from 15. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Nuggets trail by 3. Rivers dishes to Millsap. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
That, to me, guys, is a combination of balance and strength. Aaron Gordon, terrific at staying in control on tough finishes.
Beverly with the ball. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. A 3 from Morris. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And Morris throws it down.
Mr. Morris leaves no doubt.
And here are the Nuggets now. Here's McGee. Nice D from Cousins. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Clippers lead by 3. And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed...
this game, it's...
You know this, it takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Paul Millsap, Gordon out there with Morris, and there's JaVale McGee. It's Najee in at the 4 spot. The Nuggets trail. Here's Millsap. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Oturu's shot is off. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and it's McGee with the jam.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open team.
And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym, so he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Here's Jackson. Zubac finds Jackson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Not an easy basket for Jackson. He doesn't shoot a really high percentage, but he does make a lot of tough hoops.
Harrison passes to Green. The dish to Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Jackson kicks to Zubac. Outside Jackson. Back to Zubac. 5 on the clock. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Bull, and the dunk by Bull.
Hard to fathom, but he is really fluid in terms of getting up and down the floor. Bull making himself a capable threat all over the floor.
Pass to Jackson. George looking around. From deep. It's good from long range. George has got 6.
Well, the 3 ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
There's the pass to Jokic. 1:46 left in the first half. Again, the Nuggets score.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Outside Leonard. Denver grabs the miss. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. They kick it out to Green. Fires for three. Oturu with the rebound. Clippers trail by 4.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Here's Jokic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
There it is, guys. One of those effort plays that makes a big difference in the game.
And GA, it is definitely making a difference so far today.
No doubt. On the scoreboard, in the body language of the players, you can tell which team is in complete command.
Now here's Jackson. Plays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got 4 points this quarter.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
And here's Porter from outside the arc. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. A pretty close game for the Nuggets throughout the first quarter. They were in a 7-point hole at one stage. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Reggie Jackson out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Patrick Patterson. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's man in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. For the Clippers, Marcus Morris is checked in for Patterson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. Outside Gordon. To the wing right side. Dishes it to McGee. Over Jackson. Again, the Nuggets score.
Boy, don't you love to see Aaron Gordon make these kinds of decisions. This guy is fully capable of recognizing open teammates.
Here's Jackson. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Jackson's got 10 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Kennard's checked in. Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Here's Morris, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Marcus Morris is a guy who is unafraid of a little contact. That's a nice play right there.
The Clippers have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Denver leading by 3. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Here's Morris. And they pick up 2.
Wow, what a start. 3 for 3. Terrific play calling. Everything clicking out of the gates here.
Now Beverly still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Kennard kicks to Beverly. And he banks in the layup.
Well, this guy is a fighter. Patrick Beverly will not back down from contact.
Gordon with it. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Morris. Back to Gordon. Here's Najee, covered by Morris. 4 on the shot clock. Tries from the block. The shake. And he sinks the layup. Najee's got his first basket.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Kennard's shot is off. The Nuggets leading by 5. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
How effortless is a dunk for Aaron Gordon? He's ready for takeoff, gentlemen.
And so Beverly will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers.
And a tough season a year ago for Aaron Gordon, Doris. Fell short of the output he had the last few years and had a tough time hitting from the outside.
Look, Greg, you're an former NBA player, so you know the history here. Trying to find a rhythm while fighting through injuries is very difficult to do. This guy's got unbelievable athleticism. He's sharpening his skills. I think it's just a matter of time for Aaron Gordon. Well, even though Cousins has increased his range over the years, you still love when he imposes his will on the inside.
Morris passes to Millsap. From the arc. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Here's Cousins. Shoots over McGee. No good from Cousins.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
McGee finds Gordon. From deep. He doesn't hit that one. The Clippers go the other way with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Cousins. Count it.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Feeds the Bull. Here's Jokic. And foul on the shot. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
He got it up. Missed. The third quarter comes to a close. Nuggets lead by 5. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Rivers out there with Michael Porter. Then it's JaMychal Green. Then there's Bull. And it's Jokic in at the center position. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Leonard, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Oh, good luck stopping that. Kawhi Leonard, huge, strong hands, in total command of the basketball. Go ahead.
Rivers looking over the floor. Porter passes to Bull. Back to Porter, all alone. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Porter's got his first 2 points.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
And here's George for 3. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Bobbed up there for Green. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Green, the pass to Bull. He kicks it to Rivers. And a wide open look for Porter. It's hauled in by Zubac.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Here's Leonard. And contact. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for the Clippers. Luke Kennard comes in for Reggie Jackson. Denver also making some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Bull. And it's Aaron Gordon in for Green. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, when Mike Malone talked to his team during that last time out, his key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
The shot's good from McGee. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Now, here is George. Passes it to Cousins. Up top, Leonard. And here's Gordon. Here's Porter. And the shot goes in. Porter's got the lead up to 7 now for the Nuggets.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
And it's George missing. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Porter kicks to Jokic. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on George.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Pass to Kennard. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 7. He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, did they need those free throws to go down. They're definitely within striking distance.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Gordon finds Jokic. The putback. Jokic. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
From deep, George hands it from downtown.
That's what you expect from your leader. Paul George stays calm and doesn't get overwhelmed by the moment.
Now Rivers. Pass to Jokic. It's good.
The ball handling skills of Jokic are unreal. He's very tricky and unpredictable in that pick and roll.
The shot by George, wide open. Misses the three.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And it's out of bounds to the Nuggets as Denver retains possession.
They got very fortunate there, guys. They should just take their time on offense and not try to force things.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Ivica Zubac has checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Jackson in for Luke Kennard. And a switcher also for Denver. Green's checked in.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Jackson down low. He's guarded by Rivers. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
George. And it's George finishing it off.
And make no mistake, Paul George is a fierce finisher inside.
The clock now can just run out for the Nuggets. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. It's the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here. Jackson against Rivers. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee. Five seconds left in the game. So the Nuggets win it. This was a very strong. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony. Always a big home court advantage here in the Mile High City. And with tips.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Doncic. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward spot. And for Denver, Jokic is out there with Bol. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Porter in at the 2 guard. Now Bol after Luka Doncic's three-pointer that didn't go. Jokic, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Porzingis lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And these two teams, Brent, known for playing a more methodical pace. When you think of the elite half-court offenses, what comes to mind for you?
Well, I have a location for you, Kevin. It's Utah. And I have two names for you, Stockton and Malone. And how good those guys were, not just in pick and roll, but in overall half-court execution. Man, it was surgical.
Now here's Porzingis following the miss by Jokic.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Millsap. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, great concentration from Paul Millsap there. He's used to having to score on difficult shots around multiple defenders.
Now Marjanovic. From deep three-point range, Morris with the rebound. The Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Bol the pass to Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Dallas has gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Doncic dishes to Richardson. Wants to get it to Doncic and does. And it's good for 2.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
To the paint, it's stolen by Marjanovic. Porzingis with the ball. Now Bol defending. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Richardson. Porzingis has got his second basket.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip-in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. Here's Marjanovic. Good, nice job down low.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Doncic against Morris. Hangs in the air. Here's Bol. Here's Jokic. Finds the open look, and it's on target.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now, here's Doncic. 1:58 left to play in the first quarter. That one good for 2.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Porter against Richardson. Good work defensively by Richardson.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
A different look for Denver. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Bol. Austin Rivers comes in for Porter. And it's Shaquille Harrison in for Monte Morris. And then for Dallas, Cauley Stein comes in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Green finds Jokic. Down low, it's deflected. Back to Rivers. Passes it to Harrison. 6 to shoot. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 6 points.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Pulls it from 20 and misses it off the right side of the rim.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Rivers can't get it to go. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. It's all knotted up.
A good decision-making with the ball in his hands for Paul Millsap. That's a terrific feat.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Doncic. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Great block from Millsap, sending that one back.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Mavericks shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Now here's Rivers. A miss that time would have put him up. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Porter. JaVale McGee is out there with Green, and it's Rivers, and it's Harrison in at the point guard. Here's Brunson. Michael Porter making his last shot. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Harrison passes to Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. The offensive rebound. There's the pass to McGee. Back to Porter from deep. Powell pulls it in.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Green kicks to McGee. They kick it out to Green. Here's Harrison. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Mavericks shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. Here's Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Now here's Rivers. Pass to McGee. And Cauley Stein over to help. Back to Rivers. Porter passes to Rivers. Clock at 6. Porter, no luck. The Mavericks leading. Brunson scanning the floor. Redick with the 3. Powell kicks to Redick. Here's Brunson. Here's Powell. Pass to Cauley Stein. Hardaway for 3. Drills it from outside. And it's a 5-point Maverick lead.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Redick against Rivers. Green dishes to Rivers. That's tipped. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Now here's Doncic. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Passes it to Najee. To the inside. It's tipped. Here's McGee. Gordon kicks to Rivers. And there's the pass to McGee. Gordon with it. Out guarded by Porzingis. Rivers gets a wide open look. Here's McGee. Pass to Najee.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. Harrison with the rebound.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Najee, good.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The Mavericks shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
58 seconds left in the first half. Gordon, the pass to Jokic. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Jokic has got 8 points.
Well, the confidence just keeps growing with Jokic and his shot. Pretty much ready to shoot as soon as it touched his hands.
Pass to Porzingis. And that one drops for him. He's got 6.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Jokic against Marjanovic. Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded closely.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
The Nuggets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you're going to pick to send to the free throw line. And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Here's Burke. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. And he banks in the layup. Finney-Smith's got his first basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And that's it for the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game that's been so far. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Luka Doncic out there with Richardson. And there's Porzingis. Then there's Marjanovic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Now here's Richardson. Following the miss by Jokic. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They are just killing him on the interior.
The Mavericks shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. That free throw good from Porzingis.
Well, the talent for Porzingis is off the charts. And the 7'3" Latvian has some incredible post moves, a lethal jumper. Just keep pushing his talent envelope.
Now here's Porter over Richardson. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Porter. Dallas shooting around 40% from the floor here. And a minute played as the second half gets going. The 3 for Doncic. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Millsap passes to Bull. Millsap looking it over. Here's Jokic. The shot missing. And it's Dallas the other way. Here's Richardson. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. The Nuggets trail by 4. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Back to Jokic. Denver passing it around. Porter kicks to Morris. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jokic. They get it back. The kick out to Porter. Passes it to Millsap. Porter, bounce pass. Here's Jokic. Knocks down the 10-footer. Jokic has got 12.
And at 7'2", Bol has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Back to Doncic. Over Millsap. That's good from Doncic on the assist by Richardson. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
Mid-range, plenty of room for that release. He's going to take those all day long.
The pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. 11 points in the game.
Well, defensively, they've been flat in this second half. A very different type of team than we saw in the first.
Morris passes to Jokic. Morris finds Jokic. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's foul number 2 for him. Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. A different look for Dallas. Hardaway passes to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
Cauley-Stein doing what he does best on offense, looking to throw it down.
And stolen by Redick. Powell dishes to Hardaway. Powell kicks to Cauley-Stein. Hardaway for 3. The Mavericks rebound. Outside, Redick. Runs in the pass to Redick. Puts up a 3. Out to Hardaway. Takes a 3. Powell dishes to Cauley-Stein. McGee with the block. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Here's Rivers. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Now catching the lead pass at full speed. Terrific anticipation. And the delivery on time, on target.
Now here's Redick. No points in the game yet for him. Cauley-Stein passes to Powell. To the middle. Outside for Redick. 6 on the shot clock. But they get it back. Outside Hardaway. And it's Hardaway again missing.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Back to Rivers. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hardaway against Gordon. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. 16 feet away. Najee, no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Mavericks lead by 5. And fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Rivers out there with Monte Morris. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Green. And it's Millsap in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Denver.
Porzingis playing with some heart now, never giving up or into the defense, muscling through that difficult shot.
Rivers finds Green. Misses in close. Mavericks leading by 7. Here's Porzingis. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Any coach likes it when a guard gets in there and stays active on the glass. Hardaway Jr. did it that time.
Rivers with it. Hardaway picks him up. Here's Green. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for Rivers, and it's Harrison in for Morris. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Hardaway. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for J.J. Redick. Richardson, he's checked in for Trey Burke. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. And here's Doncic from the arc. Paul Millsap with the rebound. The Nuggets trail by 6. Here's Harrison. The rebound by Marjanovic. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Porzingis finishing strong that time. No doubt about that one.
Jokic against Marjanovic. Jokic kicks to Gordon. Pass to Harrison. Millsap dishes to Green. Back to Millsap. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. The Nuggets have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Marjanovic against Jokic. Millsap passes to Green. Kicks it out to Gordon. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And here we go. Pass to Porzingis. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Porzingis is doubled. Pulls up on the wing. Marjanovic passes to Porzingis. Out to Doncic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A different look for Denver. Bol, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. Michael Porter comes in for Gordon. And Morris subbed in for Harrison. And Dallas also making a switch. Cauley Stein's checked in. Morris into the lane. Jokic. Morris trying to free himself up. And he recovers it. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Jokic. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. Over to the left wing. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Over Morris. Bank shot. No good. Nuggets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. He dishes it to Bol. A stupendous finish in traffic. Now just a 4-point Dallas lead.
Showing he can step up when the team needs him. Bol there with a big basket.
Doncic feeling it out. Now the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Doncic. This is to Cauley Stein. And it's Denver with the rebound. And here's Porter. Jokic on the follow.
He's simply staying aggressive right now, and Jokic is ready to shoot at the biggest moments.
Morris against Doncic. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Unloads from 13. Count it!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Here's Jokic. The 3 ball. Can't hit that one. There's 25 seconds left in the game. The 3 for Doncic. The long distance 3 is buried. Now it's a 7-point Dallas lead.
An average shooter from deep, it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
It's in! And now they trail by just 4.
Jokic stepping up big time here.